it's about trying to help deliver a message in a different way. And pictures and images and creative means are generally a very good way of presenting something more than just a whole load of facts and a piece of paper, and I'm interested in being part of that. So it sounded like a very exciting project back then when it was in its perinatal stages, and now it's growing into something which is, it's screaming a little bit now. We've got to give it some milk, so yeah. Everyone has been phenomenally interesting in just a small handful of sitters already. So in the pilot stage, we're probably on 6 sitters right now. The first guy I met was in New York, Genas, Dr. Genas, who was possibly the most interesting neuro-related person I've ever talked to. I hear he's a genius. I'm a bit of a layman, so I'm learning as I go. But spending time talking to people before I work with them behind the lens, that's when you find out where the portrait's going to go. And sitting down and talking with him about the brain and contemplating what to be oneself means is a big way to start a project. So the kind of immense questions that are raised with, the brain controlling the rest of your body is a pretty awesome way to begin a project. So, and it's just carried on. I mean, it's been very, very interesting in Argentina and again in Washington to meet these people that have been championing really important work. And yeah, I'm learning a lot. I didn't go to university, so it's a learning process for me. I'm very much enjoying it. Working in over such a vast amount of space is a new and exciting concept. I've worked in Britain a lot, and yes, my images have been published internationally, but to go into try and understand how to deliver a message to not only a country within Pan America, but to the Americas is something that I'm really lucky to have so much advice from PAHO with, and indeed their contacts in each country. So using a creative mind constructively and also respectfully is certainly a new challenge, because interpretation and freedom of interpretation can go all over the place. So it's good to have advice on these things. But yeah, I'm always fascinated with international work when it comes to Britain, and we have shows and galleries and new ideas and new flavors, and hopefully that's what will happen by having my work come in. And there's a kind of boardroom. Nothing gets through unless it's delivering the right message. So there's a kind of committee room, but it's the creative think tank that for me it's an exciting process, delivering these ideas to you guys and seeing what's going to work and what's not going to work. And yeah, it's good fun. I've been involved in projects all over the place where there's a lot of freedom, and this one is the same. There's a lot of freedom, which is a necessity for creating art and being creative. You have to have room to move. So as long as I'm dancing in the right direction, I feel good, and I feel happy you guys will tell me if I'm not. So, and that can change in so many different countries. We're dealing with a lot of places here. So we'll see as the project evolves, we'll see what happens. It's certainly been very enjoyable. And let me remind you that it's a collaboration, and I'm one element of this project. And PAHO, and particularly Luis Gabriel, Christina, we've been doing very, very hard work behind the scenes to make this thing happen. We're all working on a pro bono level at the moment, and it's an extracurricular thing. And what we're trying to do is take this idea of something which could be a very efficient way and fun way of delivering a message into something which turns into a very usable multi-platform message. So it is tiring, but I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, because that's the ethos of my life. So, but it doesn't mean it's very, very much enjoyed the whole way. It's been good.